Do you love things that sparkle? If so, then you may have looked at Swarovski crystal rivolis before and wondered just what you could do with them. Or you may have heard the term rivoli and wondered just what in the world that was. In today's video, I'll tell you all about it and give you lots of great ideas. Hi there, Sandy here. Welcome to another Friday Findings video at keepsakecrafts.net. So I've been taking some bead weaving classes and bead embroidery classes, and a few of them called for rivolis. I had one in my stash and I used it, and then I decided to buy some more, and then I decided I needed to learn more about them. So these are all Swarovski crystal. Aren't they gorgeous? Yum. Artbeads.com just had a sale on all their Swarovskis, so it was a good time to stock up. So what exactly is a rivoli? Well, it's a shape. It's a specific shape. First of all, a rivoli is by definition round. So the other shapes are called something else. I'll get to that. And then if you look at it from the side, it's a bicone. You can see it's got points on the bottom and on the top. And that is the definition of a rivoli. It's holeless, round, a crystal, and it's faceted to a point on the front and on the back. And then, of course, beyond that, you've got all this gorgeousness in here, the facets that are cut so perfectly. There's foil on the back. Because if you think about it, if you've ever seen a diamond ring, what many of us have diamond wedding rings, and the diamond is always lifted up a little bit. And that is so light can get under it and shine out. With these work a little bit differently in that there is a foil on the back of all of them. And the foil is what reflects the light. Now, not all of these that I have right here in front of me are technically rivolis, although Art Beads sold them as rivolis. These are oval. These are 8x6 ovals. And these are a lot smaller than I expected them to be. But yeah, they're 5mm fancy butterflies. So like what they called it was a rivoli fancy butterfly, and the oval is an oval rivoli. But technically, from what I've read, the definition is that a rivoli is round, but that's okay. I came across them when I searched for rivoli, and I was happy that I did. We've got a few different sizes here. These ones are the most commonly called for in designs that I have seen. These are the 14mm. They are just yummy. I'm just like drooling looking at them. They're so gorgeous. This one is light turquoise. Fuchsia? Okay, yeah, fuchsia. Oh yeah, there it is. It was looking more red. Fuchsia and rose, and this one is aquamarine. You can tell these are the colors I go for: blues, pinks, reds, purples. These ones are 18mm, and I just love the sparkle in this one. This is just a crystal aurora borealis, crystal AB, and this one is crystal vitre or vitrail. I'll show you how it's spelled. It's like wearing a rainbow. Isn't that pretty? These ones are 10mm, and these are tanzanite. And then, like I said, these are 8x6mm tanzanite, and then the 5mm butterflies in astral pink. So what can you do with these? Well, here are some things I found on Pinterest that people are doing with them. Mostly beading around them. These are all beaded bezels of some sort. Many of them use peyote stitch, some use other beads. You can find all sorts of tutorials online. Search on YouTube for beaded rivoli if you want to learn. And although these look very complex, it's actually pretty simple stitching. It's really not that complicated to do most of these. Some of these, of course, just the more you add to the complexity. But gorgeous earrings, pendants, bracelets. This one by Kinga Nichols is bead embroidery where it's done on a foundation, which I just bought all the supplies to do but haven't tried yet. This is one that I just did. It's another one of the 18mm rivolis in the color Scarlet. And this bezel, isn't this the coolest thing? I just took a class on Interweave by Carol Cipher on polygon stitch. If you ever have a chance to take her classes, she's got one on intro and then one on beyond the basics, which I think is where she shows the bezeling. And again, it's really not Well, to follow her directions aren't that complex. I imagine took a while to develop it. But this is just so much fun. This is going to go on the end of a polygon stitch bracelet, and I'll put a loop through it for the closure. So many beautiful things you can do. Now, if you don't want to get this complicated, there are lots of findings. This may look a little bit familiar to my patrons because not too long ago I did a ring with a bunch of flowers in this exact same ring. Well, not this one, but another one exactly like it that I bought from Art Beads a while ago. And I didn't even realize when I ordered it that it was the same thing. Here it is. So I put polymer clay in here and sculpted a little bouquet of flowers, but you could just, isn't that pretty? And super simple. Glue it in there and you're done. Yummy. So there's that. Really easy if you want to give somebody a really gorgeous piece of jewelry, but you don't have a lot of time. You can just buy the 2 pieces and some glue. And I need to look into exactly what the right glue is, because you don't want something that's going to do anything to the foil. So I'll find out about that. Maybe you don't want a ring. Maybe you want a pendant. Oh, that other way. You could put it that way, but why? Isn't that pretty? Just a pretty little frame. And you can get these in the different sizes for the different sizes of rivolis. Bend down the prongs and you have yourself a really pretty charm or a pendant. If you want to do something a little bigger with the bigger ones like this, which I'm just entranced by. This is a really simple antique pewter frame for the 18mm rivoli. And you can, as many of these as you want. You could string a whole bunch on a necklace or as many as you want on a charm bracelet. And speaking of bracelets and necklaces, I thought these were really clever. These are brass oxide pewter rivoli frame links. So you can buy these with just 1 loop like this one, but then you can buy them with 2 loops. Again, glue in your rivolis, and these could be the either side of a pendant for a necklace, or have several to make a bracelet, whatever you want, or earrings. That would be cute. So these are rivolis. If it has a flat top, if it's got like a table top, a really large area that's flat on top, that is a chaton, spelled C-H-A-T-O-N. And those are also pointed on the back, but instead of having the point on the front, it would be flat. There might be facets. There's usually facets around it. And they're usually smaller than rivolis. And then these ones that aren't round, the Swarovski people say they are fancy stones. So you've got rivolis that are round. Anything else that's pointed on the front and the back but isn't round is a fancy stone. And if it's pointed on the back and flat, then it's a chaton. So now you know, and I hope that I've inspired you to go out and create something sparkly. So happy creating. Bye-bye.